A manageable path to change. Liam sat hunched over his laptop, the glow of the screen casting a pale light in his dimly lit apartment. Piles of laundry and stacks of unopened mail surrounded him, a physical manifestation of the chaos he felt inside. He sighed deeply as he clicked on another self-improvement video on YouTube. The influencer on the screen radiated confidence and success effortlessly, and they discussed morning routines, productivity hacks, and a seemingly endless list of achievements. Wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for an hour, run 10 miles, read a book a week, Liam muttered sarcastically. Who has time or energy for all that? Each video left him feeling more overwhelmed and inadequate. The gap between his current life and the polished perfection he saw online seemed insurmountable. Liam wanted to change. He was tired of feeling stuck in a dead-end job. He was tired of unhealthy habits, and he was tired of the persistent feeling that life was passing him by. But every time he tried to emulate a drastic change, such as the ones the influencers suggested, he found himself failing within days, sometimes even hours. One evening, after a particularly stressful day at work, Liam decided to call his old friend Noah. Now, they hadn't spoken in months, but Liam remembered that Noah had gone through his own transformation recently. "Hey, Liam, it's great to hear from you," Noah greeted warmly. "Hey, man, I hope I'm not bothering you," Liam replied hesitantly. "Not at all. What's up?" Liam hesitated before confessing. "I've been trying to get my life together, but I just feel overwhelmed. Every time I try to follow these self-improvement gurus online, I end up failing and feeling worse." Noah chuckled softly. "I know exactly what you mean. I went through the same cycle. It's tough when you compare yourself to those people." "So, how did you do it?" Liam asked. "You've made so many positive changes." "Honestly, I stopped trying to overhaul my entire life overnight," Noah explained. "I realized that those dramatic transformations aren't realistic for most people. Instead, I focused on making small, manageable changes." "Like what?" "Well, I started by making my bed each morning. It sounds trivial, but it gave me a small sense of accomplishment to start the day. Then I began taking short walks after dinner, just 10 minutes around the block. Over time, those walks got longer, and I started feeling better, physically and mentally." Liam considered this. "But doesn't it take forever to see any real change from something like that?" "Well, it does take time," Noah admitted, "but the changes stick because they're sustainable. Think about it. It's easier to build on small successes than to recover from big failures." After their conversation, Liam felt a glimmer of hope. He decided to give Noah's approach a try. The next morning, he made his bed. It took all of 2 minutes, but he stepped back and saw the neatly arranged pillows and smoothed out sheets. He felt a tiny spark of satisfaction. Encouraged, he set one simple goal for the day: drink a glass of water before his morning coffee. It was a small act, but it made him feel like he was taking care of himself. That evening, he spent 5 minutes tidying up his living room, clearing away some of the clutter. As the days turned into weeks, Liam continued to incorporate small changes. He began packing a healthy lunch instead of grabbing fast food. He turned off his phone an hour before bed to read a book instead. None of these actions were monumental on their own, but collectively, they started to shift his habits and his mindset. One Saturday, he decided to revisit the self-improvement channels on YouTube. This time, instead of feeling anxious and inadequate, he watched with a critical eye. He realized that the influencers often didn't show the whole picture. The struggles, the setbacks, the support systems they had in place. Liam smiled to himself. He wasn't following someone else's script anymore. He was writing his own, one small step at a time. Months later, Noah and Liam met up for coffee. Noah looked at him appreciatively. "You seem different," he observed. "Happier." "I feel better," Liam admitted. "I've been making small changes, just like you suggested. It's not flashy, but it's working." "That's great to hear," Noah said, raising his coffee in a toast. "To small steps and lasting change." "To small steps," Liam echoed, clinking his cup against Noah's. Liam knew he still had a long way to go to reach what he considered success, but he no longer felt overwhelmed by the journey ahead. Each day was an opportunity to make a tiny improvement, and over time, those incremental changes were transforming his life in ways he hadn't imagined possible. Now, Liam's story illustrates that personal growth doesn't have to come from drastic overhauls or unrealistic expectations set by others. By focusing on small, consistent actions, he found a sustainable path to self-improvement that reduced his anxiety and built genuine confidence. His journey emphasizes that meaningful change is often a gradual process built one small step at a time.